First, to the political causes of the Mexican Revolution. Revolution is a big word. It doesn't simply happen between small struggles. Most revolutions include one of the most significant factor, politics. In the Mexican Revolution, politics kick in with domination of power, unfair laws, and influences from other governments. Until the early 19th century, the government was dominated by Creoles and Spanish. This didn't satisfy the needs of mestizos and Indians, who composed most of the population of Mexico. Obviously, a system that only satisfies the need of the minority didn't last long, because governments can't last without support. The reason that the government is said to be dominated by Creoles and Spanish are the laws that they established. The laws that they established, such as taxing almost every item, limiting possessions of lower classes, giving privileges to the Spanish and Creoles, weren't so welcomed. And at this very time came the igniter of the revolution, the French and American Revolution. Everything is hard to initiate, however after the initiation, the rest goes pretty smooth, just like inertia. The Mexican Revolution didn't have so much problems to be started because of the successful cases of revolution in other places such as France and America. If even one other person succeeds, it shows a grand possibility for the same to happen to oneself, so other revolutions put the Mexicans on fire. This is how politics are interfered with the cause of the revolution.
Now let's look at the economic causes of the Mexican Revolution. When most people think of the nation's economy, trade is one of the most essential factors that influence it. Export and import of goods were only restricted to Spain. This means less trade and it also means less income for the people. Furthermore, Mexico was completely dependent on foreign countries. Almost all of what Mexico had were owned by foreign countries, mostly by France, Spain, or America. As their over-dependence on loans from foreign nations became more severe, the Mexican economy became less stable and later lost control of their own nation's growth. What was most fatal to Mexico is when those foreign countries started demanding them to pay back the debts. Due to these inevitable amount of debts, most of the damage went straight to the lower classes by an intolerable amount of taxes. Almost every item was getting taxed, which led to severe poverty and suffocation among the lower classes. This reduced the people's loyalty towards Mexico's economy.
Finally, there are some social causes of the Mexican Revolution. Consisted of a large population, Mexico had a disastrous social system that didn't meet many people's standards. It is a caste system. The system was composed of 6 classes: Spanish, Creoles, Mestizos, Mulattoes, Indians, and Negroes. Creoles were Spanish-born in Mexico, Mestizos were the mix of Spanish and Indians, Mulattoes were the mix of Spanish and Negroes, and then came the natives who are the Indians, and Negroes who are the descendants of slaves. However, the 3 main classes that played a big role in the Mexican Revolution are Creoles, Mestizos, and Indians. Just like the France before the Revolution, power was not fairly distributed among these 3 classes. Power at this period of history meaning social hierarchy, rights, and land. The Spanish people had the highest position in the society, which many people were not so happy about, so there were clubs organized to go against the Spanish. The Creoles had a club among themselves called the Querétaro Club. Like the Querétaro Club, Miguel Hidalgo organized a club consisted of not only Creoles, but also Mestizos and Indians. The 2 clubs discussed throughout the whole summer of 1810 and decided to begin a revolution to gain freedom from Spain. The Creoles wanted to gain total power of the country without any stronger class, thinking that they should have the same rights as those from Spain. The Mestizos and Indians wanted a more fair and equal society because they were suffering from the abuse of powers of the upper class. So, though the reasons were different, the classes of Mexico were motivated towards revolution with these social factors.
As seen from the various factors that led to this whole revolution, it is almost impossible to state one cause. As the revolution came to an end, the nation gradually recovered in every aspect, such as the Mexican government becoming a democracy and the lower classes getting possession of land with profits for their hard work.